Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, we're gonna do the tea, straight, no chaser. I want to give you a view of only the cards, so then that way you know what's going on. So, I'm highly favored and extremely protected. So I send back all energy sent to me into the ethers, and I allow my goon squad to do their dirty work. So let's get to the tea. Grab your tree, grab your drink, grab your tea. Do whatever you have to do to get comfortable. Put your ego aside and let's get comfortable, okay? Straight, no chaser. So, might get gnarly. Don't shoot the messenger. Always use your discernment. It may resonate for you, it may resonate for somebody around you. Okay? So let's get grounded. It went with the music. Anyways, let's see what's going on, okay? I'm going to lower it just a little bit so you guys can see all the cards, okay? So, I'm going to use my steampunk tarot today. So, spirit guides, ancestors, oracles, I'm highly favored and extremely protected. Please guide me in the light as I give my general collective for the day. Their tea reading. What do you want to tell my collective? Bottom of the deck, the Ace of fucking Cups. There you go. It's about new beginnings. It's about wishful thinking. It's about having an opportunity to give and receive. But we start by loving on ourselves first. Now, this could be a cup of love overflowing for somebody, or it could be a cup of love overflowing for yourself. Take it as it resonates. I'm putting it there. Spirit guides, ancestors, oracles, show me what I need to see. What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? We have the Four of Wands. It's about foundation, stability, structure, discipline, finally coming together and finding some kind of common ground, finding a place where you can overflow, where you can be yourself, having this cup overflow and some kind of stable foundation that you can really build on, have joy. What's going on here? So we have the Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords talks about, it's an action, right? So it talks about somebody moving fast and getting some kind of information about talking the truth, being authentic with their message. Now we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Eight of Pentacles talks about somebody being extremely mediocre, not finishing what they start, not being able to really work on things. And then you have the Hangman. So somebody is really hanging in suspension, looking at things, and they're kind of stuck in a self-sabotaging kind of energy because the Seven of Wands is here, which means they have no protection. They have no understanding of what's going on. Even though they need to sacrifice something, they're not willing to work at it. But they want to come in with some kind of truth about some kind of love offer to have some kind of stability. But they're feeling extremely weak because they know they're not being protected. They know they're not protected. And that's what's causing them this stagnation. Having to look at things in a different perspective. Really hanging there. But remember, when you're in this stagnation period, don't stay there for too long, okay? As soon as, it's like that cocoon phase. When you're in the cocoon phase, the butterfly needs to break out of the cocoon, or else it will die in there. It needs to move its wings. It needs to move. That's what that Knight of Swords is. It's an action card. It's getting ready to move with the truth. But you're not working on something, and it's causing you to feel that mediocre lack mentality, and that's where you're going to have to address and see where you have to sacrifice. and where you're not protecting your energy. I want 3 more cards. Okay, so the 3 of Pentacles. There's some kind of foundation that you're feeling you don't want to work on anymore. You're feeling mediocre in because of some kind of third-party interferences and the lies that were told. You're looking at the lies, the deception with the Ace of Swords, and it's causing you to be in this stagnation and really want to offer somebody a cup of love. The Queen of Wands. You want to offer the Queen of Wands in the upright some kind of offer. Now, you're not being protected, or this Queen of Wands is overprotected, and you're feeling lack because of the fact that maybe there was some lies here. Now you're having to grab up your kahunas and go forward with your truth. And the fact that you did not protect your energy or somebody's energy when it came to this Queen of Wands. You didn't protect that person. You didn't protect this Queen of Wands in your energy. Because of a Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody who is over manipulative. Somebody who is a liar. Somebody who cannot, and I'm telling you, cannot take care of themselves and will never lie. It's that impulsive liar. You know, they lie and say the pen is blue, even though the fucking pen is red. But they insist that the fucking pen is blue. This is that Queen of Swords in reverse. And they get angry that you don't agree with the fucking pen being blue. It's a manipulator. Now, somebody was manipulated into some kind of foundation or stability, and now they're feeling extremely mediocre in this because they see that it was no collaborations or no working within a group, and now this third party has got somebody really thinking about this cup of love, this self-love, and they're having them very much suspended with these lies that were told on them or they told to somebody, and now they want to come in with the truth, some kind of rash truth, very fast movement because of this lack of protection they have, and they know this Queen of Wands is very strong, very much the warrior, and can easily wipe all this stuff clean. But this Queen of Wands is looking at this High Priestess, this Queen of Wands, and looking at some kind of investment that they put in with the 7 of Pentacles. And they're feeling very hurt. Like there's some kind of, this song. Like there's some kind of heartbreak. And they got to heal this, okay? Because there's a lot in the dark that you don't understand when it comes to these over manipulative people who are breadcrumbing or love bombing, okay? And this is where we have to address it. You have to address what you got yourself into and what you're putting yourself into. And now you can't be dwelling on the spilt milk, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You have to own up to what you did. Go forward with the truth so that you can bring this cup of love and have this foundation. But you clearly have no protection. No spiritual protection and no physical protection. And that's why you're kind of hanging in, you know, this sacrificial kind of energy. And you're being mediocre because the people around you are mediocre. You are the company you keep. And this Queen of Wands is strong. She doesn't tolerate this lies and third-party interferences. And that's why somebody is dwelling on the past, because they can't offer nothing because of this love bombing and what was in the dark and how much betrayal and heartbreak, and that somebody is healed. And that's the investment that this High Priestess has put in. And now this Queen of Swords in reverse is very, very fucking depressed about it, upset about it, because you let go of the burdens that were carried from the past. And there is no waiting. Somebody's blessings have stopped because they didn't want to transform. And now they see you as the muse and want to come offer something, this Emperor. A cup of apology, you know, this cup. But you have to be careful if it's a faulty offer, and you have to move away from what no longer serves you. Go into introspection and really use the light, the lantern, to light this dark path and see why you're in purgatory and see why you invested in a 10 of Cups kind of relationship, and why you are being so immature with your passions. Okay? It's time to really go and do the rest and recuperation, okay? Stop trying to think that you can manipulate people into doing things, because eventually the injustice gets showed and people get caught in the red tape, and the King of Pentacles comes to life again, and somebody ends up getting lost, left out in the cold. So be careful of those overindulgence, okay, when it comes to third parties and you think it's strong foundations, because at the end of the day, all it is you end up having to start back over again and having to learn a new fucking skill with the Page of Swords. When people spy, they end up just getting more caught up in their heads. So don't spy with evil eyes, because somebody is most definitely getting some public recognition for some kind of victory after war and putting down this devil codependent kind of energy, okay? They reclaim back their power. And now the Wheel of Fortune is there. So everything is in their favor. And we can all do this, guys. So this Queen of Wands is, you know, what they like to say, the backbone of some major corporation or something. And somebody is getting out of this blindfold, of this illusion that was put on by these third parties and these lies. Okay, they're gonna, you know, understand why they're blocked from their blessings because of this mediocre lifestyle, because of the company you keep and the foundations you put in. Now it's time to go forward with your truth. Okay? Because it's about the devil and getting out of these codependent, toxic relationships and stuff. Feeding. You know, it's all about the wolf you feed. You know, we have two wolves living inside of us. Which one do you want to feed, you know? So, with the double-sided tarot, let's clarify. Spirit Guide, Darn Sisters Oracle. Woo! Daniel. Those cards went everywhere. Okay, so somebody is definitely in the Hangman kind of energy, really looking because of some kind of mediocrity, and they're trying to cover up the fact that they're stuck with a facade of that they're actually doing something with their life. But the Death card in reverse says there is no fucking transformation whatsoever. And in order to really get this foundation and this cup of love overflowing, you're going to have to transform. Now, the Reaper is coming to these people who are mediocre and who are not doing the work and who should have, excuse me, offered some kind of cup of love to some kind of person, job. Now, somebody has this Ace of Wands, and that's why they're going passionately to try to figure out how they can really get this information to give the truth, because of some kind of passion that they have. But they see they have to raise their vibrations in order to bring this cup of love. Love is the highest form of vibration, so you have to do it from the heart, a heart space of love. Now, believe me, people are gonna know the fucking difference, and that's why people can't manipulate, and that's why this Queen of Swords in reverse is really fucked up, because under all, they could be or also dealing with a Queen of Cups in reverse. So these two people are mental patients, and together are trying to build some kind of case, for instance. And there's this passion that this person has, but it's causing them a lot of pain because they can't flip the script the way they want to and bring this sun back into their life. Because of this mediocrity and this lack of protection, even though they have this passion and this joy, and they see somebody as the light, and they want to bring some kind of enlightenment to the situation, the Tower is here, and people are falling from grace. People are having life changing events at the moment because of the fact that they're not protected, and it was only because they're the lies and not sacrificing and flipping the script and bringing some kind of foundation and love to something that they did not want to put to death. They didn't want to transform, but now they see there's so much passion here, so they're going to have to learn how to really tell the truth, or they will continuously play a cycle of this eating its own the snake eating its own tail. Okay, the spirit guides and ancestors see what's going on, and that's why the Eye of Horus is there to protect you. You have to understand that whatever is built on faulty foundation is inevitably going to crumble. But if you stay in that tower for too long and you don't, excuse me, I keep burping. So it means I'm telling the truth. So if you continuously keep playing the same cycles, when the tower falls, it's gonna burn up your soul. Okay, you're gonna feel very dark, very broken, very in despair, and that's where you're gonna have the sun there. You're gonna have to understand that you're protected, even if you feel like you're not protected. You're just paying the consequences for what you've done in the past. It doesn't make you a bad person. It means that you have the opportunity to change the wheel of fortune and put it in your favor. It's just about, what you do after. When you know better, you do better. But when you know better and don't do better, then you have to pay the consequences even worse. And that's what somebody's understanding. And they really want to put to death somebody's shine, but something's being illuminated that the fact is what you put out, you get back. Now somebody is falling from grace. And it's like really eating at them, the fact that they had so much passion and done so dirty somebody. Spirit guides, 2 more, please. Thank you. Yep, the Page of Swords. Oh, the King of Swords. Now, who's in the upright? It's time for you to stand in your power, in your truth, authentically. Don't care about what everybody else's judgment's going to be, because of the fact that you carry you. You know that you have you, and everything will be okay as long as you have you. You have to stand firm with this sword of truth, because it's right on top of the Ace of Swords in reverse, which means that there was a lot of lying when it came to these third-party interferences, and that's where you need to stand firm in your own beliefs and your own truth, because you are the sun, and you know that people won't put to death their codependencies or their thought processes or this negative mindset. So you're trying your best to build some kind of foundation with the love, the self-love that you have. And it's really about understanding and looking at things in a different perspective as to where you were lacking and causing some kind of mediocrity within your mind because of these third-party interferences and the lying. Now you're standing firm as this Queen of Swords. As this Queen of Wands, this natural-born leader, this entrepreneurial woman, this warrior woman, but also have this energy of this King of Swords energy, the no-nonsense kind of energy. Okay? So you've been here, you've been through this. You see? You've been through this. The Hangman comes back up. You've been through this with this King of Wands already. Okay? The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Okay? Now there's a tower coming, because somebody's really looking at this relationship from different eyes. And something is crumbling because of the passion that's igniting back. Okay? Now the Six of Swords says somebody was not moving away. Okay? And there's a volcano about to erupt on land. And if they don't move away from the turbulence, they're going to miss out on an opportunity. And they're going to be waiting forever. Somebody is definitely has their back turned towards something. And is waiting on something completely different than what they expected. And now needs to really start moving away from the turbulence before they end up like the King of Cups in reverse, with no love and feeling extremely broken after this war. The wounded warrior with the King of Cups in reverse is not a very good energy. It's somebody who is trapped in their own thought process and not able to get this out, so then they stay stagnant and stuck in the Judgment and the Hierophant in reverse, which means that it's bad karma unless you turn the scale around and you really go after what you want. Because this King of Wands is a leader as well. knows what he wants. He enlists the people in order to get the goal done, you know? He doesn't sit back and idle. He goes after it. It's, you know, somebody who is very, very determined in what they're doing, and they enlist a lot of people in order to get the job done. So you need to be this King of Swords and really stand firm and be truthful and go after this sun energy, this joy, this peace, and really see where you're not transforming and not putting to death something that's causing you a lot of heartbreak right now because of this lying. The affirmation for the day is, when I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. It's beautiful. Okay, affirmation for the day. Now let's get my 22 major arcanas and see what the story has to say for us with the major arcanas. Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors, oracles. I'm highly favored and extremely protected. I got 22 major arcanas. Give me one, please, for my collective. What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? There it is. Okay. And we have the fucking moon comes out yet again. Those secrets, right? That's what I mean. This tower with this sun, the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon, the eclipse is happening, on the 30th. So you guys better get ready. That solar eclipse is happening. That new moon is going to go over that sun. It's a major, major, major day in the world for us. People who are on an ascension process, okay, are in twin flame journeys and stuff like that. So it's really important that you start paying attention to these planetary shifts, okay? 18. The moon. By looking at the two spirals of the opposite color, we discover the energy of opposites and also the energy generated with opposition. We look at our own dark side and in a mirror of the water. We must accept ourselves as we are. If we want to see the light as represented by the light spiral, the dark aspect of the card shows us that it is necessary to live with our fears, to accept them because they are our responsibility to manage them. Sometimes apprehensive is there to protect us, thus avoiding worse suffering. To overcome fear, one must choose action. The moon tells us we are able of managing what we are afraid of to live, because each of us has the protection inside. The crab, an analogy with the sign of Cancer, lives in the shade. This card shows us the secret that have to be brought to the light. With this card, we are reminded again and again about the strength of our own intuitive side. First of all, with the branch of the Messiah, also known as the Tree of Dreams, according to the Greeks, putting the branches of Messiah under one's pillow could help to predict the future. What, baby? You have the car? Yeah, I am, but I'm doing my video. Secondly, the eagle gliding through the sky indicates the ability to achieve the state of great blessings once you have transcend our doubts, our tests, and our fears. Moon, symbol of the motherhood, fertility, which is reminded of intuition and imagination of the memory and of our dreams. The towers delimit the greatness of the symbols and tests of our progression in the of our life on earth. As we overcome the banalities of life, the eagle becomes one of our great spirits. Although there is a dark side, it is preferably to stay in touch with our internal light, as we don't get lost, so we don't take the reflection or the image for the reality. Here, the family value are okay, excuse me. Here, however, feelings are silent, protective, and comforting. The moon is a gateway towards success. We can also say we must shout to the moon as we miss in case of failure, and we fall to the stars. Okay? So, there's a lot hidden that's coming to light, especially with this collaboration of energies. Okay, so I want one ancestral card, please. Spirit guides, ancestors, or oracles. One ancestral card, and a spirit of love. It's time to go with an open heart. Open up your green chakra, your heart chakra, and go towards your passions. Okay? Let's see what the oracle has to say for us. Okay, wait. We're going to do the dream oracle first. What's our subconscious want to tell us for today's reading? Spirit guides, ancestors, oracles. What does our subconscious want to ask us? Okay. Give me one card only. Thank you. Okay, one card, and it's possessions. Okay? You need to start asking yourself, do you need to refine what you value? What is the cost of your loss? What are some changes that are causing you to feel undervalued? Because you have spiritual guides. And like the moon said with the eagle, it ends up being your guide, your spiritual guide. Okay, ask yourself, how would you like to be more spiritually connected? Do you have any resolved issues from the past, and what magical qualities would you love to possess? Okay, let's get the oracle deck. Spirit guides, ancestors, oracles, show me what I need to see when it comes to the oracle deck. What do you want to tell my collective for this reading? Okay, so right off the bat, it's time for healing. Right off the bat, it comes out. It's time for healing. Enlighten. Go forward with your truth. Be the sun. Go towards your sun. Okay? The healing says, heal past wounds by forgiving and by forgiveness and awareness. By healing yourself, you can become a healing force of others. Physical healing can happen once your wounds have been confronted. At the bottom of the deck, once you start healing, you become free. And when you're with your soul tribe, you get emotional freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. Okay? And you don't feel alone. Freedom. Free yourself from limiting beliefs and attitudes. Be an advocate for freedom so others can be free to pursue their dreams. Unshackle the chains that bind you from being the person you want to be. Because it's about love. Yet again, the love card comes out. It's all about love, guys. Okay? It says your relationship with yourself and others need reassessing. Open up to love others by unblocking the negativity. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. Because you have one on the floor. The fucking truth. The truth. It's time to stand in your truth through these lies. Okay? The truth. It says, remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with your emotional issues. Address areas in your life that you are not achieving, your true deepest truth. Okay? Really go forward with your truth. You got this, but it's about really understanding what you have. and what you might have lost or will lose if you don't tell your truth. Okay? Because this sun and moon is going to cause a big tower for somebody. This eclipse, the illusions are definitely going to fall, and people are going to start being in this hangman energy where they're not going to understand what is going on because they've been in this illusion for so long, in these lies, and it's really time to dig yourself out of the grave you dug yourself in. Okay? Because you have a sacred purpose. Okay? You have this sacred purpose, this internal flame that needs to be lit. And the ancestral legacy that you have to carry, but you're going to need to use your clairvoyance to use this introspection that you're going in to interpretate and trust your inner guidance to bring in these river of blessings. It's about releasing any constraints to understand this power over difficulties, to reclaim your power with that devil in reverse. To see it for what it truly is and stop being in this illusion phase. It's time to have sacred action. Go forward. It's all about action. It's about that decisive focus. To get this telepathic energy to come in, this transmission of communication, you're going to have to raise those vibrations, because the oracle deck, this was on the floor. It's about nurture. It's about going out into nature. It says take care of your needs first. Your nurturing will benefit others only if your needs are met first. Nurture the new in your life and watch it grow. That's how you're going to get this telepathic communication. But you're going to have sacred gratitude when you do. To understand, appreciate, prayer. Okay? Once you go into this portal, this eclipse season portal, okay? Have that infinite mind. It's time to awaken your consciousness. It's about healing the earth, okay? You have the power to give and receive this healing. As this King and Queen of Wands, you definitely have the power. You're definitely on a shamanic journey. Look, it's time to reclaim back your power. Okay, you have a purpose. It's time to have that attunement and go on this vision quest, because you have this sacred vision. Okay? It's time to set up those boundaries of protection. Okay? You have a threshold of protection, but you're going to have to calm the waters. Okay? Find some peaceful self-resolution and go into these deep emotions, these unknown feelings of these past influences that have binded you and blinded you and kept you stuck. Okay, go into nature and find yourself. Spirit guides, ancestors, oracles, give me one message from the plant world as a healing message. One message from the plant world. Okay, that was fast. Oh, there's 3 of them here. Fuck me, I don't want 3. I just want 1. Alright, let's start this over. 1. Okay, I got 2 and I'm going to read 2. Alright, so we have the orange hawkweed. Okay, so the orange hawkweed. It says the orange hawkweed awakens the artist within. It supports individual self-expression without losing your connection to the greater whole. This heart-centered plant helps us to fully express ourselves without attachments. Okay? And then we have the wild strawberry. Okay? The wild strawberry. Wild strawberry is for people who take life too seriously. It helps us recapture the innocence of our childhood. Strawberry reminds us to relax and not get too caught up in the struggle of life. This message is to taste the sweetness of life. Yeah, baby. Taste that sweetness again. Go into nature. And let's get the last closing message from the St. Francis Oracle deck. And some self-care, okay? So, Okay. The Seagull says it's time for deep emotional healing, guys. The bottom of the deck is get support from trusted group of like-minded friends. But remember, there was clearly third-party interferences here that caused you to be stuck. So be careful who you ask. And sometimes you don't need other people's opinions. You need only yourself. And then you have the Ladybug. It says this is a time for good fortune and abundance. So be willing to achieve good things in your life. Okay, it's time to receive. Okay? So, High Priestess, Spirit Guides, Ancestors of Light, show me what I need to see when it comes to the last message from the St. Francis Oracle deck. One last closing message, please. What do you want to tell me? Thank you very, very much. We have number 6. Now, number 6 is love. It's all about love. It's about going passionately with your love, your heart, your internal compass to what's going to really bring you joy, okay? It says falling from grace, divine protection, despair, and healing. Whether you feel you have psychic abilities or not, rest assured you are being looked after by forces greater than you, all of us. Once you accept the beginnings and endings are inevitable and your life will flow again. If you have experienced major changes, it is okay to feel apprehensive and fearful. However, this card suggests that you need nurturing in order to heal yourself and let go of the closed chapter in your life. You may be grieving over a physical death, a death of a project, the ending of a relationship, and so on. But please know that you are not abandoned nor alone, and the message here is a reminder that there is an angel protection around you. Angels represent faith, hope, and healing. Take some time to sit quietly and connect with your energy through meditation and visualization. The healing process is about to begin. Okay? So love, light, respect. I have somebody knocking at my door, so I'm going to close the reading. Okay? So please like, comment, and subscribe if it resonated. Okay? Thank you very much. Bye.